to our first topic, which is the U.S. national debt topping $33 trillion for the first time. $33 trillion. Now, you just made the point a moment ago, we don't have a single person in the world who's a trillionaire. Mm-hmm. If you take Elon Musk, his net worth, something perhaps around the range of $200 billion. And that's a giant number. And Elon Musk had to found multiple companies and make them massively successful to get there. Obviously, you've got a couple of other people in the $100 billion range. But a trillion is 1,000 billion, and then 33 trillion. It's a stunning amount of debt, and people don't think about this, but in some ways, a country being in debt is not different than a family being in debt. It's on a different scale. You can look at it as a collective debt that is owed by 300 million Americans all collectively, but it's still a really big number. And I know that you and I, just because of where we grew up and where we came from, coming to this country as immigrants, we're very allergic to debt. I mean, one of the first things that you were like when we were talking about buying a house, you're like, are we going to go into debt? Do we have to borrow money? Are we going to have a mortgage? And of course, it is customary to have a mortgage and people borrow money to have a car. But people, by and large, are always making sure that the amount of debt you have is manageable, given the income that you have coming in and given the wealth, the net worth that you have.
Well, and I know so many people that, unfortunately, they want to keep up with their friends or their neighbors or whatever, so they go into debt. They buy things that they otherwise wouldn't buy because they can do it on credit. And so they end up really racking up a lot of credit and a lot of debt, and then they can't sleep at night because they don't know how they're going to pay their bills. So it's a problem. And so I think when you see that the national debt tops 33 trillion for the first time ever, you wonder, well, what does this mean to the everyday American?
Here's a shockingly irresponsible statement by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. She says she's comfortable with the nation's fiscal course because interest costs as a share of the economy remain manageable. So imagine if you and I were to say, let's decide how much money we can afford to pay in interest and borrow that amount of money where we are just able to pay the interest in order to stay afloat. In other words, in order to avoid a default. Well, that's a country that is on the brink of collapse because all it takes is for a few things to go wrong. And this is why I often tell you when we'll read things like, the ordinary American, or a lot of people have like couple of $1,000s in the bank, and that is the extent of the available cash. I'm almost like slightly frightened for them because I think, what if something happens where you need $5,000 to get you out of a situation, or there's an accident, or there's a medical expense that's not covered by insurance? Yeah. You're suddenly stranded.
They don't have
and so
savings.
Look, I mean, and look, there are people who are in that situation by, it's no fault of their own and they're working really hard, but we're a rich country. We don't have to be in this situation. We could easily say, and we don't have taxes that are too low, we're getting the money in, let's only spend what we're taking in.
Well, unfortunately, we have a political party, and this political party has been this way for a very, very long time, and that is that they love entitlements. They love to promise people money that we do not have.
In exchange for votes that they need to stay in power.
And so then once you give the candy to the baby, how are you going to then want it back, right? And this has been a push by the Republicans. Are you going to take away our entitlements? Because people, that's why they're called entitlements, right? They feel entitled to that money that really they shouldn't feel entitled to. But the Democrats have made it a part of their campaign to make us go into debt. So,
in other words, the Democrats are the party of Santa Claus, the Republicans are the party of Scrooge. And so the Democrats are always able to say, you're the bad guy, you're taking away these people's benefits, even though in the process they are bankrupting the country. Mike Lindell has a passion to help you get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop with the MyPillow pillows. He also created the Giza Dream bed sheets. We got the pillows, we got the sheets all over our house. We love them. The sheets look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep, which is crucial for your overall health. Mike found the world's best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but also extremely durable. And Mike's latest deal, sale of the year, for a limited time, you get 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets, marking prices down as low as $29.98, depending on the size. Go to mypillow.com, enter promo code Dinesh. There you'll get this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all the MyPillow products, the robes, the slippers, the mattress topper, the MyPillow kitchen towel sets, and so much more. The number to call, 800-876-0227. Again, it's 800-876-0227, or go to mypillow.com. Don't forget to use the promo code DINESH Dinesh.